For over 4 decades, one man has dominated the political landscape of Cameroon, Paul Biya. From his unexpected rise to power in 1982 to becoming one of Africa's longest-serving leaders, Biya's presidency has been marked by political intrigue, economic challenges, and growing unrest. But how did he maintain his grip on power for so long? And what does his legacy mean for Cameroon's future? In this video, we'll take a deep dive into the life, leadership, and controversies of Paul Biya, the President of Cameroon. So stay tuned. Paul Biya, the current president of Cameroon, is a figure whose tenure has been marked by longevity, controversy, and political consolidation. Serving as the country's leader since 1982, Biya's reign has been one of the longest in Africa, and his time in office has shaped not only Cameroon's political landscape, but also the broader Central African region. His leadership has been both praised and criticized, making him one of the most notable and divisive figures in modern African politics. Born on February 13, 1933 in Mvomeka, a village in southern Cameroon, Paul Biya's early life was shaped by the colonial context of French Cameroon. He attended schools in Cameroon and later went to France to pursue higher education, earning a degree in law and political science. His academic background would lay the groundwork for his entry into politics. Biya's political career began in the 1960s when he joined the civil service of the newly independent Republic of Cameroon. His early work was in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, where he rose through the ranks due to his sharp intellect and commitment to Cameroon's diplomatic interests. In 1968, Biya was appointed as Prime Minister under President Ahmadou Ahidjo, a position that significantly elevated his profile in Cameroonian politics. Biya's rise to presidency came in 1982 when President Ahmadou Ahidjo, who ruled Cameroon since independence, announced his resignation. Ahidjo handpicked Biya as his successor, believing that the young and relatively unknown politician could continue his policies. On November 6, 1982, Biya was sworn in as the second president of Cameroon. Initially, Biya's presidency was seen as a continuation of Ahidjo's policies, with the focus on maintaining political stability and economic development. However, it didn't take long for Biya to assert his own authority. In 1983, Biya dealt with an attempted coup by Ahidjo loyalists, marking the first significant challenge to his rule. Over time, Biya consolidated his power, sidelining former allies and centralizing control in the hands of the presidency. Biya's long presidency has been marked by a combination of political repression, limited democratic reforms, and economic challenges. While Cameroon remains officially a multi-party republic, Biya's government has been accused of manipulating elections, suppressing opposition, and curbing press freedom. Under Biya, Cameroon has faced accusation of authoritarianism, with its ruling party, the Cameroon People's Democratic Movement (CPDM), dominating the political scene. Biya has been re-elected multiple times, often amidst allegations of electoral fraud and manipulation. His victory in the 1992 presidential election, for example, was contested by opposition groups, and his subsequent re-election in 2004, 2011, and 2018 was also marred by accusation of irregularities. Biya's critics argue that he has effectively maintained a one-party system by using the state machinery to stifle dissent and undermine political rivals. One of the most significant moments in Biya's presidency came in the 1990s, when Cameroon experienced significant political and social unrest. The push for democratic reforms and greater political freedom led to the formation of opposition parties and mass protests. In response, Biya introduced limited reforms, including the legalization of opposition parties and the creation of a multi-party system. However, these reforms were seen by many as superficial, designed to placate international pressure while preserving Biya's hold on power. Throughout his presidency, Biya has faced significant economic and social challenges. Cameroon, like many African countries, has struggled with poverty, unemployment, and inequality, despite being rich in natural resources such as oil, timber, and minerals. While Biya's government has started various development plans and initiatives, the country's economic growth has often been uneven, and corruption remains a persistent problem. In addition to economic challenges, Cameroon has experienced internal conflicts, particularly in the English-speaking regions. Tensions between the predominantly French-speaking government and the English-speaking minority have led to a protracted crisis in the northwest and southwest regions. Since 2016, demands of greater autonomy and recognition of the Anglophone rights have sparked violent clashes between the separatist groups and government forces, resulting in the thousands of deaths and widespread displacement. Its response to this crisis have been criticized for its heavy-handedness, with human rights organizations accusing the government of committing atrocities. Biya's presidency has undoubtedly left a profound mark on Cameroon. His supporters praise him for maintaining stability and fostering some economic growth during the early years of his presidency. They also highlight his efforts in modernizing infrastructure, such as improving roads, electricity, and telecommunication in certain regions. However, Biya critics argue that his rule has been characterized by political repression, corruption, and a failure to address the needs of the population. His long time in office has also led accusation of dynastic rule, with Biya seen as a leader who has personalized the state to maintain his grip on power. Critics claim that he has presided over a system in which the ruling elite, rather than the population, benefit from the country's resources. Biya's legacy is further complicated by his health and age. As of 2025, he is in his 90s, and his health has been a subject of growing concern. Despite his advanced age, Biya has shown little inclination to step down or make significant political reforms. His longevity in power has raised questions about the future of Cameroon, with many wondering what will happen once he eventually leaves office, whether by choice or circumstance. And that's the story of Paul Biya, one of Africa's longest-serving leaders. His presidency has shaped Cameroon in many ways, but the question remains, what does the future hold for the country after his rule? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more in-depth stories about the African continent.